Hello, my dear scholars. How are you all? I hope my all scholars are fine and doing great. So, scholars, this is our last video of chapter number 6, fraction, where we will discuss story sums which are related to fraction. Okay, scholars? So, we'll start with our today's concept, that is story sum. So, first story sum is from your exercise 6.9 question number 2. Okay. So scholars, here first of all we will read the story, we will frame the sentence and then we will solve according to it. Yes? Are you all ready? Yes. So we'll read the story sum. Okay. A farmer wants to paint the fence of a square field. Okay, the field is in which shape? The field is in square shape. Yes, he uses two 3 by 4 cans of paint to color one side of the fence. How much he is using to paint one side of the fence? He is using two 3 by 4. Okay, now what we have to find? We have to find how many cans of paint will be needed to paint the entire fence. Okay, we have to find number of cans of paint that will be needed. Okay, so scholars, first of all we will frame the statement. Okay, so here we go. Okay, so the first statement is that number of cans required to paint one side of the field, that is one side of the paint. How much required? 2 3 by 4. Okay, it is given in the story. Okay, now next statement, how many sides? That is number of sides is equal to 4. Scholars, why 4? Because it is mentioned in the statement in the question that the field is in the square shape and square has how many sides? Square has 4 sides. Okay, now we'll write what we have to find. We have to find number of cans needed. Okay, we have to find how many cans of paint needed to paint full field, that is whole fence. Okay, so now we'll start with a solution where we will multiply number of sides with the number of cans required to paint one side of the field. Okay, so here we go. 4 multiply by 4 number of sides multiply by 2 3 by 4. This 2 3 by 4 it represents that the canes required to fence one side of the field. Okay, so now first of all what we will do, scholars, over here we will convert this mixed fraction to improper fraction. How do we do that? We multiply whole number with the denominator and then we add the product with the numerator. Okay, so here we go. 2 multiplied by 4 is 8. Yes, 8 plus 3 is 11. So 11 by 4. Okay, so how do we write? 4 multiplied by 11 by 4. Okay, and we have already learned that a whole number has 1 as a denominator. So we can write 4 as 4 by 1. Okay, scholars. Now, scholars, we will multiply the numerator with numerator and denominator with denominator and we'll find the product. So, 4 multiplied by 11 is 44 and 1 multiplied by 4 is 4. Okay. So, now when I will divide 44 with 4, I will get answer as 11. Okay. 11 by 1. Okay, which I can write 11 also. Okay, when you will divide 44 with 4, you will get quotient as 11 and remainder as 0. Okay, so how many cans are needed? So 11 cans of paints will be needed to paint the entire fence, that is all 4 sides. How many cans? 11 cans. Scholars, you have to write final statement. Okay, so now we will see one more sum which is from your let's practice. That is from question number 6, sum number A. First of all, we'll read the story, we will frame the statement and then we will solve according to it. Okay, are you all ready? Yes. So we'll read the story first of all. Of the 185 children in a class, 4 by 5 went for trekking. How many children did not go for trekking. What we have to find? Number of children did not go for trekking. So scholars, first of all, we will write the statements. Okay. So how to write the statements? We will see the first number in our question. So here we have 185. So what this 185 indicate? This 185 number indicates number of children, total number of children in a class. So the first statement is total number of children is 185. Now we'll see second number which is given in the question. Here we have fraction, that is 4 by 5. What this 4 by 5 indicates? This 4 by 5 indicates that number of children went for trekking. So our second statement will be number of children went for trekking is 4 by 5. Okay. Here fraction is given. We have to find number, that I will tell you how to do it. Okay. Now our final statement we is number of children did not go for trekking, that we have to find. Okay. What we have to find? Number of children did not go for trekking. Okay. So scholars, first of all, first step is that we have to find number of children went for trekking. Here fraction is given. We have to find number. Okay. So how to do that? We have to multiply this fraction with the total number of the children, that is 185. So here we go. See that 4 by 5 is the fraction, multiply by 185. 185 is the total number of children. Okay. Now we will solve this. We will simplify this sum. We know that we can easily divide 5 and 185 with 5, right? So when I will divide 5 with 5, I will get quotient as 1. And when I will divide 185 with 5, I will get quotient as 37. Okay, scholars, when you will divide 185 with 5, you will get quotient as 37 and remainder as 0. Okay, now we will multiply, that is 4 multiply by 37. So when we will multiply 4 with 37, I will get answer as 148. Okay, the product of 4 and 37 is 148. It means the number of children went for trekking is 148. Okay, here what we have done, we have found the number of children. Fraction diya hua tha. We have found number of children went for trekking. Okay, now our last step, that is we have to find number of children did not go for trekking. So what we have to do? We have to subtract, where we will subtract number of children went for trekking from total number of children in the class. So here we see number of children did not go for trekking is 185. 185 represent number of children in a class, total number of children, minus 148. This 148 represent number of children went for trekking. Okay, when we will subtract this, we will get difference of 37. Okay, it means 37 children did not go for trekking. Okay, so the final statement will be number of children did not go for trekking were 37 children. Okay, scholars. So scholars, here we have seen few sums. Okay, here we have completed with a chapter also. You can practice. Let's practice. If you have any doubt, we will be solving in a Zoom class. Bye scholars. Take care of yourself.